For years, people have been skeptical and debating on which brand is better. It felt like a battle between Rolex and Omega. But in reality, they both are good watch manufacturers, making watches for different purposes. The Rolex Yacht Master reference 16623 is a special watch. Rolex claims it is the watch of the open seas, featuring a bi-directional rotating bezel, unlike the Omega Seamaster, which only has a unidirectional bezel. Before we get into the details of the watches, Rolex and Omega have great prestige and history. The Omega featured in the video is the Seamaster, model number 222-08000. The 41mm steel watch casing features a blue bezel and a scratch-resistant sapphire glass. The Omega Seamaster is water-resistant up to 300 meters, unlike the Yacht Master, which is only water-resistant up to 100 meters. The Omega features the self-winding movement with the coaxial escapement, with a power reserve of only 55 hours. The waves in the dial of the Omega are laser engraved and looks really cool, making you want to wear the watch at the sea as it feels and belongs in the sea, and that's why it's called the Seamaster. The skeleton hands and raised indexes are rhodium plated and filled with white superluminova. If you notice, it will look like the watch has two crowns. The crown on the 3 o'clock is the normal crown like any other watch, which changes the day and the date. The one at the top is the helium escape valve used for saturation divers. Since helium is among the smallest of molecules, the tiny size of helium molecules allow them to sneak past the watch. This would occur under high pressure underwater. So after these helium molecules build up inside the watch, this may eventually blow the sapphire crystal, and you do not want to underestimate the pressure of water. So that's why Omega added a helium escape valve to allow the helium molecules to exit the watch during decompression. It's also designed to never let water in, which is obviously a larger molecule than helium. Now let's hear the satisfying sound of the bezel. Now let's put these watches on the scale. So first we'll measure the Rolex. And the Yacht Master comes at around 145 grams. And putting the Omega Seamaster on the scale, you'll see that it's slightly heavier at 168 grams. Launched in 1948, the Omega Seamaster is one of the oldest lines in the Omega collection. My personal favorites from Omega are the Speedmaster and the Seamaster. The Rolex, aka the Market Conqueror, also features an automatic movement and scratch-resistant sapphire crystal. The case is made out of stainless steel with an 18-karat yellow gold bezel. The bracelet comes with the oyster lock clasp, giving the watch a strong feel whilst wearing it, so it's not going anywhere out of your hands. Comparing the two doesn't seem fair, as one is a more functional dive watch and the other is a fashion watch. Now I put strong holes to these claims. Now, calling the Yacht Master a fashion watch will cause quite a few debates, and don't get me wrong, it is a beautiful looking watch. Let's take the time to appreciate the Seamaster logo engraved with a seahorse inspired by Greek mythology. It is a beautiful engraving and gives this watch a completely different touch. The factory bracelet on the Seamaster is a nice looking bracelet and has a unique feature. It is a certified hair puller, and I am considering wearing this watch with a rubber strap and would definitely make the watch a little less heavy. But overall, the stock bracelet is a nice touch of brushed stainless steel. We'll compare the looms of the watch. So first we have the Omega Seamaster loom, and we have a nice subtle lime green. The Yacht Master also has a similar sort of lime green, and I would say it is a really nice color, especially in the dark, and when you see it in person, it looks even better. The new Omega Seamaster now features a date window at 6 o'clock instead of the old 3 o'clock, and I'm not sure why they did that, and do let me know in the comments down below if there's a reason behind it. Now I put these two particular together to compare the brands as they are the only ones available at hand. Which one is better, Rolex or Omega? In this specific case, I would go for the Omega. Don't get me wrong, it's a nice looking watch and super functionally useful, but I chose it over the Rolex because of the way it feels when you wear it. The Rolex feels more luxurious, and that's pretty much it. I'm afraid Rolex has lost this battle. If we were to compare other watches, it would have been probably a completely different choice. To sum things up, they are both fantastic watches with different price points and for different people. In conclusion, no brand is superior to the other. As I have mentioned earlier, each brand makes different watches for different purposes. This brings me to the end of the video. Do let me know in the comments down below which do you prefer, Rolex or Omega. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to subscribe and press the bell icon too. I will be uploading a new video every week. Stay tuned.